Alright folks, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going over to the wonderful Other Half once again, and this is a can of, when it wants to focus, the double Strata Daydream. So it's a double dry hopped Imperial Oak Cream IPA brewed with Strata. So brewed with Strata, oats and milk sugar. A hazy Imperial IPA with milk sugar, oats, and a single hop variety Strata. Notes of candied lemon and dank strawberries, smooth and dreamy. 8.5% ABV. Picked this up from Rehills. Quite a few places. I've got a little bit of Other Half in at the moment. And even though I am at that point where I don't strive to pick up American beers as much as I used to, when you see Other Half, then you know you've got to, push the button. That's not the term that I wanted to use. But yeah, I just wish we got a little bit more like impy stout action from Other Half. I've always wanted to try a stout from Other Half, but I've never had the opportunity to do so. But yeah, the Daydream sort of series that they do, I think I've had a couple. I think I've had like a Citra, and I go on about this beer every time I get the opportunity to do so. But Triple Miler Daydream, I mean, man, what a beer. That's like, to me, the best triple IPA that I've ever had. And yeah, when I do eventually get around to planning a trip to New York, I'm going to be all over Other Half. So a little bit of a hypocrite especially when you look at some of my other videos where I'm like, oh well, we're in the UK, we could brew, these sorts of beers even better than a lot. Ignore that. Just ignore that. That being said, I've had some Other Half beers, not gonna lie, where I'm like, Larry David. But yeah, they always, I don't know, there's just something, I just love Other Half. Don't know why I made a weird grunting sound, but I do tend to make grunting sounds quite a bit, to be honest. I think that's down to my weight and unhealthy lifestyle, but or maybe I've not got long left on this planet. Who knows? Who knows? So while I'm here, I'm going to enjoy stuff like this. Even though I'm not sure if I've ever talked about this on YouTube, but it was about 6 months ago. Walking to my local shop to get some cigs. As I'm walking back, I stopped dead in the middle of the street. Well, it's more like a back alley sort of thing anyway. And I just stop, and I don't just think this in my head, I say this out aloud. Jesus, I've only got 3 years left on it. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm going to die in 3 years. Safe to say, even though I don't believe in the concept of premonitions or signs or whatever, I rushed home very, very quickly. So yeah, 2.5 years. So I might as well make the most of my time by treating myself to beers like this. As I said, picked this up from Rehills in Newcastle. Did I say that at the start? I don't know. But like I said, there are quite a few. It's like a few of the same beers popping up. And this is the one that really, really appealed to me. Because I like the Daydream series. And I'm a big fan of Strata as well. And Other Half going through a little bit of a slight rebrand with their labels. And I'm not going to lie, I might have fallen for their April Fool's thing about broccoli, because, do you know what? It's the 21st century. Things like that legitimately happen. But I'm not proud of it. I'm not perfect. And make the most of the last 2.5 years that you'll get to experience of me. Anyway. So yeah. let's see what we get with this one. Just going to shoot this review as I wait for my good friend Rob from Hopscene to start his live stream. And yeah, the next couple of beers I've had before, so I don't need to review them. Although, judging by how long my reviews take to actually get filmed, the live stream might be over by the time I've finished. But hey ho, it is what it is. And what we have in the glass, in this beautiful Azvex Teku, I need to get some other half glasses. I know every now and then you can buy them from like importers or mules who bring it in with the beer, but it's extortionate amounts of money for what is essentially sand that has been forged into a drinking vessel with a little bit of however you print onto glasses. I can't think of the process off the top of my head because, you know, it's going to wash off after so many washes. But I am a sucker for glassware, so I will make that decision. Probably never, really, because I always say I'm going to do something and never do it. Sort of like make my family proud. Oh, shame and despair. Anyway, beer in the glass then, and yeah, it's looking pretty damn good. Pretty damn good indeed. What you expect from a hazy double IPA nowadays. I think I've got slightly dirty fingernails. They've not been up there. It's just my general like cleanliness. Godliness never comes into that equation. And my body is my temple, which has been absolutely decimated by the Romans. Don't know what that actually means, but it sounded a lot funnier in my head. 2 fingers worth of a nice foamy white head. It's certainly looking the part. Let's see what we get on the nose. Oh, big pineapple sort of characters. Oh. And you know what? I know it said it on the can, and I'm obviously mindful of what it said on the can, but dank berries. Even though when I was reading that, I was like, how can strawberries be dank? But I can kind of see how they could be. Yeah, it's got a lovely fruit salad sweetness to it. A little bit of a powdery coconut. Man, that smells absolutely wonderful. It's not the most potent sort of aroma, but when you get your nose in, you're getting a damn good treat. You really, really are. And that's what she said. So without any further ado, let's give it a taste. Cheers, folks. That is really, really nice. Obviously, the closest we get here in the UK is probably Track's Gold Top series. So if you like those sorts of beers, you're gonna really, really like that. Definitely pick up that milk sugar. It's not like a really predominant like milk sugar sort of flavour. I don't know what milk sugar tastes like if you were to just dip your finger in. Probably very caustic, almost. Caustic? Fucking hell, that kills you. But yeah, that's sort of like really nice vanilla sugar. Always, I know you can get like vanilla and sugar mixed together, sort of like cinnamon sugar, but if you've ever been to Germany and you get the pre-mixed vanilla sugar sort of like shaker things, just so nice, so nice. It's so soft and smooth, like really, really smooth. Probably one of the smoothest IPAs that I've had in a good while. I definitely think I made the best choice of what was available. Not to say the other beers were like, but I was like, I don't really want to basically pay a tenner a can on 4 beers, but I'll pick one, push the boat out a little bit. And by the way, if you are in Newcastle, or you're leaving Newcastle, or you're entering Newcastle, go into Rehills, because it's a great little bottle shop. But as I said, we went, me and Adam, because Adam drove to Newcastle, went to the Bargain Booze in Leyland, and they had the exact same, like 4 or 5 other half beers that Rehills had, and every other sort of bottle shop that's stocking other half at the moment. Isn't it weird? Well, not weird. There's nothing weird about it, because it makes perfect sense. But, you know, 4 or 5, 3 or 4 years ago, you know, other half would be like a couple of times, 3 or 4 times a year. But now it seems to be becoming a much more regular thing, which you could argue sort of like takes the sort of like the excitement out of the chase, because you can go anywhere and you're probably guaranteed, if it's a good bottle shop, web shop, tap room, whatever, you're going to get some really high quality American beers. A lot of time you're paying a little bit more, sometimes a lot a bit more, compared to something that would be brewed to pretty much the exact same recipe in the UK. But every now and then, you've just got to pay that few extra quid, sacrifice maybe another beer, and just treat yourself. And thankfully, on this occasion, it's paying me back in dividends. There is that sort of soft, fragrant coconut sort of flavour coming through. You get the soft sweetness of berries, not just strawberries, although it does have quite a, like, you can detect strawberries. You don't have to read the can to detect strawberries. And then you've got a little bit of like a muted blueberry sort of sweetness there. But this is remarkably good. And I'm not just saying that as a bit of an other half fanboy. But yeah, this style of IPA, done like this, is just remarkable. Because if you put a bit too much milk, sugar, lactose, then it becomes one of those absolutely detestable milkshake IPAs, which I just cannot for the life of me tolerate. I know some people class the Gold Top as milkshake IPAs and stuff like that sometimes, but yeah, if you've got the water right, and then you add that to it, and you've got the oats as well, you've got such a satisfying mouthfeel. And this is exactly that. And to me, another prime example of, I mean, I paid £10 10 pence for it, for a double IPA. There are breweries who are knocking out world-class IPAs for like 4-5 quid. But you know what? It's not like I'm buying this regularly. Do you know what I mean? When was the last time I did an other half beer on the channel? In fact, I can't remember the last time I had an other half beer. Some of them have just never, like, I'm like, but as soon as I saw it was a Daydream beer and it was single hop with Strata, I was like, you're the one for me. It's like the cute dog in the pound, keeping it American, cute dog in the pound that just looks at you and says, take me home, but not in that, take me home, I want to get out of here way, but take me home in a sincere, I will make your life much better. And in fact, most dogs will make your life much more better and fulfilled. But yeah, this is lovely. Very, very nice indeed. And I'm very glad that I picked this beer up, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of it. What I would say is, though, the more I'm drinking it, the more that sort of like the sweetness from the milk sugars is coming through. So I don't know if you could drink like more than 2 of these. If you're very lucky to be in the vicinity of a other half, and you can pick up like a 4-pack for something like, I don't know what the price of other half is in America, but you know, you see these like really hyped and well-deserved hyped American breweries where the locals can pick up a 4-pack of like world-class beer for like $20. But yeah, this is damn good. It's no triple miler Daydream, but it's definitely up there with one of the best other half beers that I've had. And I'm actually really glad how normalised it is for UK drinkers to drink other half. I mean, I did like that idea of, you know, you've got a contact, you know, near Trillium, Treehouse, other half, Equilibrium, you name any sort of like brewery that you want to. And if you've got good contacts and you're willing to take that risk of importing it, maybe you're lucky enough to know people who work in customs. From what I've heard, although how much would you think you've hit the jackpot if you accidentally, whilst in customs, oh, we lost that suitcase that was full of beer, even though it's in my house. And then I can sell on for extortionate amounts of money to people who earn a hell of a lot more money than I do and just buy beers like this for fun. More power to them. They've got to that place for a reason. Scalpers, opportunists. Obviously that works against the brewery, of course. But yeah, I think it is very easy to demonise that side of things. But it's very rare that I sort of want to like look at beers that way. I'd much rather see like, I mean, that's the great thing about, you know, the UK breweries collaborating with breweries all over the world. It's a great opportunity for like, oh, we've brewed this beer, we'll do a tap takeover. Oh, you could bring some of your beers here, and we can, when we go to you, we can take some of our beers there. And yeah, it's just one big happy family, isn't it? And yeah, I'm just very much enjoying this. Mouth had a spasm. Definitely got 2.5 years left. So, and I hit my teeth on the glass. Got bad teeth, so, you know, I've not got much going for me, to be honest. I'm like that, who's that English comedian for like the 50s and 60s who did, was it like a famous like dentist sketch? Oh my god, what's his name? But like a lot of his stuff, he was like this depressed, like quintessential British gentleman of the time. But yeah, maybe I should become the Wickers World of BeerTube. I've tried to do the Stuart Lee of BeerTube. I've tried to do oh god, maybe I should just try and be true to myself. Anyway, you do get quite existential when you're drinking something really good like this. So that was Other Half's Double Strata Daydream. What a beautiful hop. What a beautiful utilisation of that hop. I don't know the fundamental characteristics of Strata. I just know 90% of beers that have got Strata as a dominant hop, I really enjoy. And that was so sanctimonious and obnoxious the way I executed that collection of words in a sentence, so I do apologise. God, even saying wanky stuff like that, I fucking hate myself, man. Really do. But yeah, Imperial Oak Cream, and it is creamy, very creamy. If you saw my review of the Woot Stout, we talked about a different kind of creamy, but I'm not going to retrace those OnlyFans laden steps in this video. But yeah, this is damn good. If you see it, pick it up, give it a try. And do you know what? Even though it cost me £10 and 10 pence, I would probably pick it up again, you know. But I won't. So I don't know why I say shit like that, because a lot of the time I'll just buy the beer once. Which doesn't really help, does it? Do you know what I mean? I'll buy that beer once, but I've got a fucking 4-pack of Brewdog Punk IPA in the fridge, which I buy a lot more regularly than I probably should. But it was just a desperation ale, because all the other stuff that I've got is like coffee stouts, and yeah, I don't really have many beers at one set time. I wish I was one of these people who opens their fridge and it's just beer, 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 like rows and rows of beer. Beer where your egg shelf should be. That's a controversial subject. I can't even speak. Do you keep the eggs in the fridge, or do you keep them out of the fridge? Let me know in the description. Shut up, Pete. You had one Imperial Stout and a double IPA. You're such a lightweight. But yeah, anyway, go check out Other Half. Just a small brewery that I happened to stumble upon. But no, that's another absolutely fantastic beer from Other Half. Treated myself. I wouldn't buy that stuff like this on a regular basis. My income would not allow me to. We've only just, well, obviously the minimum wage has gone up, and our company that I work for is very minimally gone above that. But yeah, you just got to treat yourself every now and then, and this is definitely a treat beer. And the more I'm drinking it, do you know what? I'm thinking of Gold Top series from Track. And I think Track really have nailed this sort of beer perfectly. So go buy Other Half, because they're a damn good brewery. But if you want a UK equivalent, pick up the Track Gold Top series. And I think Other Half collaborated with them on one of them as well. Just very, 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 very nice. And yeah, if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. What are some of your favourite Other Half beers? Do you like Other Half? Do you like American breweries? What have you got against America? It's a bit questionable. But yeah, links in the description. And thank you for watching. And yeah, 22 minutes on a fucking alcoholic beverage. These 2.5 years can't come quick enough. Bye bye.